Do you really know how to program your mind? Subconscious positivity is powerful. How good is the information you're feeding your subconscious mind? You've got your subconscious mind and you've got the conscious mind. The subconscious mind has no way of knowing what reality is. It just absorbs whatever you feed it. Subconscious positivity is extremely important, just as important as feeding your body with the correct food. Subconscious thinking takes place when you're relaxed. My experiences with the subconscious mind have been literally mind-bending. Have you had an obsession with training? I certainly did. I remember when I was training for my second show, which was the state title, I must have done close to 70 sets for my chest. And the reason why that happened is because I just wasn't connecting with it. After about 35 sets, I still wasn't feeling it. And I went into the dressing rooms, took my shirt off, and I said, I want to see a chest that looks like Arnold. And I was having problems visualizing that. Eventually I got to the point where I visualized balloons as my pecs. That day, after 35 sets of chest work, and remember this was a workout that I was training my whole body in one go. So just imagine, some days I did between 35 to 70 sets of chest work. After 35 sets, I actually went into the dressing rooms, I posed my chest and I said, you know what, your chest doesn't look like Arnold, but it's not bad. So whatever it is that you've been doing, continue doing it. The subconscious mind is where it's at. Whatever you can convince your subconscious mind to do, you will do. The conscious mind is really just a small portion of the mind. The subconscious mind is something that if you study your goals before you go to sleep, when you're like starting to pass out, or when you get up first thing in the morning when you're not completely alert, that's when the subconscious mind absorbs. A good time is just before you go to bed. It's good to read your goals or even think about them. Have a piece of paper, something that you can relate to that's not electronic. Your subconscious thoughts are extremely powerful. When you wake up in the morning and you're not totally conscious, go over these steps that you may have written down. This is why you've heard so many people say, listen, when there's a negative person around here, I shoot off, I'm gone. Well, you don't want to hear negative comments. Now, probably the better thing would have been to explain to them what they're doing wrong. But in reality, sometimes you can't change these people. You're better off just not being around them, because your subconscious mind has no way of knowing whether it's real or not. So if you program it with the right thoughts, it automatically starts moving you towards what you want. There's no way that the subconscious mind is ever going to know what reality is and what it is not. It is up to you to feed it the correct information. It really works. Subconscious positivity is everything. Sometimes you don't even need to be so particular about your exact goal, in which case I should suggest you should be. But if you're not, your subconscious mind and the positivity you feed it will move you towards your goal. Who has taught you any of this? I've spent years learning how to train and learning how to eat, and no one has ever heard the mental side of what I do. There is no way of knowing what the truth is sometimes. So you have to be really careful. The statements that you make, things that you hear from other people. Subconscious positivity is so strong that I would probably give it more clout than, say, training, which people may or may not get right. Believing in something is significantly more important than having the best product in the world. Has anyone taught you this? I've incorporated all these in my site, johntorelli.com, where the subconscious conditioning is a huge part of everything that we do. Consciously, you'll get something out of your conscious mind if you are positive and you talk about all the right stuff. Subconsciously though, that's where the secret is, because the subconscious mind has no way of knowing whether you're telling the truth or not. So when you pick a goal or you make a positive statement, it will move towards it without you even having to write down the nitty-gritty. And you've got to write this stuff down. I know how it works. I have done this for years. You cannot go to another site and find this because the other sites will give you choices on what you can pick. I actually pick things for you. All of this has been incorporated into my site, johntorelli.com. Click on the link below.